I gotta watch Legends House. Watch that show Legends House.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is C Double in the house for Open Wrestling Talk. Special show because tonight was NXT Takeover, and man, did they take over! There were 5 epic matches. Well, about 3 epic matches, but I'm gonna tell you, it made us all excited. We can't wait to do this for you guys. I don't stand alone on this. I have to have a straight-up panel to discuss it. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce number 1, leading off from Destroying Kayfabe crew, doing the Wrestling News Impact shows, and where we talk Raw reviews, is the one, the only Chemical. Say what's up there, Chemical.
Hey, what's
Hello.
up, guys?
Thank you very much, Kev. Hi. And then, of course, the one, the only inspirational leader of this group. You know, not CM Styles. He's taking a night off. CM, you well deserved. But, ladies and gentlemen, we got him here. He's still upset about the loss to Big E. But, ladies and gentlemen, Kid Dallas is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. You look great, kid. We're so proud of you.
You're on mute.
You're on mute, kid.
He's talking to himself.
That's what happened to the crew. Is he unmuted? Oh, you muted? Okay, hold on. Can you talk? We're trying to unmute you, dang it.
Hold on a second.
We're sorry about this, guys.
Yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We will get to the inspirational words of Kid Dallas very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, this man needs no introduction, but hell, I was supposed to give him one anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, from the RRC, Mr. DV himself, the Lion Claw.
What's up?
Oh man, apparently we're epic tonight. Alright, and of course, making her debut on the Open Talk Wrestling crew is Miss Alicia. How are you doing?
Doing great. Just want everybody to know that they can read my reviews of local independent wrestling shows here in Georgia at wrestlingfangirl@blogspot.com. And there's a show coming up on June 7th in Porterdale, Georgia. Platinum Championship Wrestling. Tickets are $10. Kids 8 and under get in free.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I need to know that. Yeah. So I'm near the Monroe area. She's near the Porterdale area. So we're getting the state of Georgia covered.
I might make that hop across the state line for that one.
I hear you, man. And ladies and gentlemen, straight from New Japan Wrestling, one half of the tag team champions, the IWGP from the Guns and Gallows team of the Bullet Club, Mr. Luke Gallows himself. What's going on, Brick Wall? All right, guys. Kid Ice dropped, so when he gets in, we're gonna get him on. So we'll just wait for him to come on in. And with that being said, this event started off. Right? Yes, you can be heard.
Good.
Speak. Give us inspiration, Kid Ice. Kid Dallas. I mean, I still say that your match was under protest.
I'm not related to him, dang it.
You know, you say that, but is that really true?
I'm not related to him.
I still say we have never seen you and Bo Dallas in the same spot. So my view is stands.
Let's try that. Let's try. No.
Alright, guys. This is their pay-per-view special event. NXT went 2 hours tonight. So let's just jump on in. Adam Rose versus Camacho. They've been billing this feud. A couple of weeks ago, they did Captain Comic versus Camacho. Epic match. Was not the 5-star quality you wanted, but Captain Comic was still fighting hard, like the soldier he was. I need to know who he is, to be honest with you. But with that said, Adam Rose, the crew came out of the Exotic Express. Thank God they finally showed it. Did work. Basically you knew this would be an Adam Rose match, but what were your thoughts? I was actually impressed with Camacho's ability, but I want to pass to you guys first, so we're going to start with Chemical.
I have to say that this match was absolutely hysterical. With Adam Rose hopping up in Camacho's arms, dancing around him like a little fairy. Just being like, oh, look at me, I can dance, and then I can hit you, and then I can dance a little bit more. It's like, it's party time all the time, even in the ring. It was just absolutely phenomenal. Fun match to watch, and I really hope that these guys actually have a few more matches in the future, because it was actually fun to watch, action-packed, and a lot of entertainment.
All right. Sorry, got distracted. Go ahead there, kid.
Okay. Well, can I just ask one question? Did Adam Rose not to put him in that kind of boat, but did Adam Rose borrow some tactics from Rico?
It made me wonder too. Yeah.
Because to get out of a standing, wrap your arms around the guy, he had to get out by rubbing his rear into the crotch.
I knew you would be the first one to mention that.
Yeah, I love Rico tactics. I'm sorry, it's just so great. And he said, that's smart. If you do enough of them, you'll keep winning matches by countout because your opponents will run away. Great match though, and I'm actually surprised that Camacho is actually making me actually remember him. Like, oh my gosh. Great job. Great opening match, and I can't wait for their next series of matchups.
All right, cool. All right, go ahead there, DB.
I actually enjoyed the match. Camacho, seems like he has a pretty solid skill set. I wouldn't mind seeing more of him in the ring. Adam Rose, with the whole thing, it's starting to get played out to me, I'm getting kind of tired of seeing that every single time he comes out, but
yeah,
to each their own, I guess,
Yeah. I hear you. Okay.
I'm
Can you
kind
hear
of agreeing. I'm kind of agreeing about the not really knowing if I like Adam Rose. I really prefer the Leo Kruger gimmick to the Adam Rose gimmick. I'm not really sure what demographic they're trying to appeal to. I know my son really likes Adam Rose a lot. He's 6 years old. So.
But it's party time!
All the
time.
time! Don't be
He
a
reminds me of Russell Brand.
Oh my God. All right. See, this is why I have people on my show. Thank you, Alicia. All right, Luke. I know you're passionate about this.
Okay. First of all, Admiral was really very sloppy in that match. I don't like his ring work. But Camacho looked really good in that match.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves better than this. He's underrated wrestler too, by the way. So.
Yeah. So we watched in this where I don't know if y'all noticed, but obviously this was all about the NXT crew. This, obviously the name said it itself. But I got to go here. I'm very impressed with Camacho. I really am. He has stepped his game up. He's shown his face, which is a good thing, and not only that, he actually can wrestle. So yeah, I'm very impressed with him. I think there's some good mojo going for him. So with that being said, I'm very impressed. Had nothing but I liked the match. I liked how the crew was around. My favorite thing was seeing the bus because, like I said, you gotta have that, involved. But it's all good. We're gonna go to our next matchup, though. The tag team squash match. If you don't remember the Road Warriors, the Ascension kind of showed you how they used to do work when, because they don't get paid by the minute. They just get paid by wins. They don't get paid by the hour. All right, let's just make that very clear. But let's go here. We got Lucha. I can't even. I know El Local. What's the other one? Casino.
Callisto. You said Casino? Callisto.
Callisto. Okay, aka Evan Bourne. We all know who you are. All right. But hey, you know, a man's got to get a check too. So, Kim, if you'd like, just lead us off on this match.
I was actually kind of expecting the Ascension to win. These other guys are fairly new from what I've seen. So for them to, come in and, steamroll the Ascension and win the titles just didn't seem to make much sense to me. So the win was the Ascension's win was acceptable to me. It was a great match to watch. I see a good potential in Callisto and El Local. So we'll see what's going on with them in the future. But I think the Ascension really needs to get some good competition because I don't think they've had much in the past while. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, all right. I like your points there, Kim. All right, Kid, go ahead, my friend.
All right. Well, at first I was a bit confused because for a little while they were hyping up the Luchadors, El Loco and Kalisto for a little bit. Like they let them win a couple matches in a row, and then they were like, "Hey, you haven't faced us yet. We're still a threat." And then they get in the ring, and it's like you get beat up for 80% of the match. And I was confused. I thought they were gonna have like some kind of even match. I mean, but squash matches in NXT look really good still for some reason. For some reason, they're able to make squash matches look good. I mean, we just saw Adrian Neville versus Kurt Hawkins the other day, and Kurt Hawkins still looked good.
Oh, you mean Zack Ryder's twin brother?
Yeah. No, yeah, but I thought that El Local and Kalisto might have been the guys that do it because they hadn't been tested yet. But it seems like that the Ascension really are the modern day Demolition or the Road Warriors. And I can't wait for them to come up to the main roster. And no, they're starting to get overqualified for NXT. They could take it to the Usos and the other tag teams up on the main roster, and they could make tag teams serious again and make it a real threat. And these are guys who will get cheered while they're even heels too on the WWE main roster. So the Ascension has a really good future, and I guess Ricardo kind of does too, since he can actually kind of wrestle in NXT.
Hey, give it up to Ricardo. I mean, yeah, you're right there, kid. Lion Claw, go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Ascension needs to move up to the main roster because it seems like they could at least give the Usos and the tag teams up there. We've been talking, in past shows about there not being that many tag teams on the main roster, so that would be a great fit for them, I would say.
All right. Militia, go ahead there, hon.
Not surprised that the Ascension won the match because they have to be dominant in order to prove that they're ready for the main roster. And since those other guys, the Luchadors, they're new to the whole NXT scene mostly. It wouldn't seem that an experienced team like the Ascension would boost it up.
All right. Now, I have a question. Luke, I know your boy's supposed to be showing up to NXT eventually. Why don't y'all just show up and show the Ascension how a tag team really does work? Why don't you and Carl, badass, Mr. Machine Gun himself, show up and take care of these boys? Show how it's really done.
Yeah, well, sooner or later.
Well, what was your view on the tag match, seriously?
But I thought it was a really good match. Kind of good squash match, really. Makes it look good. Kalisto is actually from the Indies, if you guys don't know this. He came from CPW, PWG, and Dragon Gate USA. Yeah.
Alright.
So it's great to see him actually being used. So I'm just happy I got to see him wrestle.
Alright, question. So that is not Evan Bourne then, right?
No.
Okay, cool. No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. That's why I was wondering.
Samurai Del Sol.
Oh, cool. I'm glad. Yeah. No, seriously, man. I'm glad someone educated me on that. I was gonna ask, but I wasn't on. I try
Yeah,
not to I try not to stay on Facebook when I'm doing these shows because people will be like, "Oh, that was stupid. That was dumb," and it just takes away from everybody else
yeah,
on there. But with that being said, guys, the next. What was the next match? I believe. Well, from my view of the. Well, hold on. My view of the tag team match, I get what y'all are saying. It was a squash match.
yeah,
But my thing was, you got to see some highlights of what the other guys can do. So it
Yeah.
really wasn't all that bad. Give it to the Ascension. They are dominant. I'm with y'all. Eventually, they need to go up to the next roster. But the thing is this. They do need to. We're having the same issue with the tag teams in the main roster. So once we build in, I'm all for Ascension. I like the potential that Kalisto and El Local has. I mean, I, and Ricardo can actually go. Let's give him some credit. I'm very
Yeah, he
impressed.
can.
Like you were saying, kid.
he
Yeah,
just, yeah, he just needs to lose a little bit more weight. A little
yeah,
bit.
he does. He does. But you got to have a beginning. You're never going to be a Greek god.
I get
You know
scared
what I'm
every
saying?
time he does some kind of flip. I'm like, he's so big. Why is he doing those flips?
When he was a teenager, he wrestled in California under a mask, and his name was Chimera, and he used to do this corkscrew moonsault thing. It
Yeah,
was really
it
wicked.
looks kind of unsafe because like it looked kind of Billy Kidman-ish the way he landed. Because that knee almost kind of decked Connor in the face.
Yeah.
Poor man, Connor. I mean, the only blood we got to see was Connor had a little scratch on him. That's about it. So way to sell, buddies. So, and by the way, I have a name for Ascension. They need to be called the Fire Nation from Avatar. So hashtag.
Connor O'Brien looks like an orc.
Let's just all agree that that match was awesome.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
We had the Fire Nation versus the Water Nation, and apparently we
Oh!
I've been holding on to that one. And by the way, joining in on NXT Takeover night is none other than Scooter from Southern Fried Championship Wrestling. Scooter, how you doing, my friend?
Yo, 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 what's going on, C Double? Very well, very well. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Did you get to catch NXT Takeover tonight?
I did not.
All right, that's cool. If you don't mind, do you have any takes about or what's going on tonight for you, my friend?
Not a whole lot, brother. Just figured I'd pop in and see what I might can learn from some of you guys.
All right, cool. Well, I want to acknowledge you and thank you for being on the show. And if you have any takes, just feel free to chime in. I don't mind at all. Okay, my friend.
Absolutely.
All right. So the next match was what? Was this the Rusev?
Not yet. We jumped
was the
straight
number one
to
contenders match, right?
Sami Zayn versus Tyler Breeze.
Man.
Wow.
Well, because I'm gonna tell you, this card was shaped good, even though it was 5 matches in 2 hours. Wow, Sami Zayn, match of the freaking night. I expect that from everybody, by the way. I don't know, but that made look. This show picked up after when these 3 matches went.
And that's if it wasn't already picked up already,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, Chemical, you're leading off. Go ahead and tell us what your thoughts were on Sami Zayn versus Tyler Breeze, number one contender, and Tyler Breeze winning the match. But go ahead and give us your takes.
I was actually extremely pleased with the results of this match because I'm a huge Tyler Breeze fan. I think he's absolutely adorable, and, well, he's gorgeous. He's a pretty boy. I mean, who could not love the guy? I like pretty boys. I like them. They make me happy. And as far as his in-ring abilities, my gosh, that guy can work. That guy can put on one hell of a show, and so can Sami Zayn. I just wish that they would move Sami Zayn up to the main roster already instead of keeping him down in NXT.
Oh, you think he's overqualified?
I think that his go in NXT is over. I think they need to move him on to better pastures and stuff. I think that it's great that Tyler Breeze won it because I think that Sami Zayn is a little too over for the NXT Championship. So I think that Tyler Breeze winning was appropriate because Tyler Breeze still needs a little bit of fine tuning here and there. Still needs to get a little bit more over with the crowd because his gimmick doesn't. It's good, but it's not like Sami Zayn good. So it needs a little bit more time to work with the crowd a little bit before he can move up anywhere, including being NXT Championship. So, yeah, fantastic match. Tyler Breeze won. I'm happy.
And this just in, Tyler Breeze just left the building. Anyway. Go ahead there, kid.
You know,
Yeah,
the
I was
funny
about to
thing
say,
is,
I know you had some epic battles with these guys, but go ahead and give us your take.
the funny thing is that normally I usually take a lot of love to these metrosexual gimmicks. Obviously. But the thing is with Tyler Breeze is that I've seen better wrestlers play metrosexual gimmicks like Jimmy Jacobs, John Morrison, whatever. If you want to go even further back, Adrian Street.
I just threw my back out by trying to do a John Morrison.
Adrian Adonis, whatever. What?
Adrian Adonis, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But Tyler Breeze can be molded into a better wrestler, obviously, because he is kind of green. He is kind of green, obviously. It's no doubt about it. He was able to be carried by Sami Zayn. I like how they're telling the story of how Sami Zayn keeps having a struggle because all of his losses so far seem to be like it's not his fault. Like he's not getting pinned. He's losing because he got accidentally low blow, but you can't win by disqualification because you can't tell. So that finish still makes Sami Zayn kind of credible because like he got low blow technically, and he lost, and it's like he's like I can't catch a break. And they're trying to tell a story that one day Sami Zayn will get a chance to win the NXT Championship and win clean without any BS at all. And Tyler Breeze, well, he's going to be tested with Adrian Neville, so he'll get to show his stuff. I mean, I don't think he's ready to be NXT champion now. Absolutely not. But he'll get a chance to show his stuff with Adrian Neville.
All right.
Fantastic match, by the way, though.
Oh, yeah, it was.
God.
Go ahead, DV.
Alright, hey, I thought the overall match was pretty good. And then the ending just kind of fell off for me. Because, I mean, to have a pretty good match like that, and then to end up on that little sour note, I'd have to say, I just fussed with the ending. But Zayn, though, he does have some skill sets, and I think that's another guy that should be moving up to the main roster.
All right.
That's my opinion.
All right. Alicia, what was your take on this match, Sami Zayn, Tyler Breeze?
That was definitely the match of the night. I love Sami Zayn. He's exciting. He's energetic. He's charming. He's charismatic. I think I feel about Sami Zayn the way she said she felt about Tyler Breeze.
Oh Lord, we're gonna have a one-on-one match here.
But seriously, the match was amazing. I wasn't really disappointed by the ending simply because I felt like that's the type of tactic that Tyler Breeze would have to resort to.
Oh, I didn't mean to hit him in the balls!
To be Sami Zayn. So, yeah, basically, I can't wait to see what happens if they continue this feud.
Awesome. And, okay, that's cricket. All right. Go ahead, Luke. No, I'm sorry, there was a bug that crawled on me, so I got distracted. Sorry. No offense. Go ahead, Luke. Quick.
Alright, I thought this was a really epic match. Back and forth. that springboard into the inverted DT outside was pretty cool. I thought that was cool, and then the corner into the power bomb, that was cool. Overall, it was a good match. Sami Zayn doesn't deserve to be on NXT. He deserves to be on the main roster. He should have been down there in the first place. Because he's a very good wrestler. He was really good in the Indies. He was El Genero. He had epic battles with Kevin Steen and all those guys.
We're gonna have to post some of those matches, Generico and Steen, on there. Because you're right, he did have some very good matches. You guys, yeah. Guys, I'm gonna say this. If y'all notice the theme, every time Sami Zayn's involved, it's match and night quality.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna be your new Mr. WrestleMania event.
Oh, you mean how like Shawn?
I'm sorry, he is
every match. No matter
yes. Yes. You put a broomstick in that match, you're gonna say how great the broomstick looks. That's what I thought. And
He'll
no
make a
disrespect
broomstick look
to Tyler Breeze. Yeah, exactly. But no disrespect to Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze, the intensity he was showing was legit. I loved it. The promo he did. And by the way, did y'all notice, was this new theme night? Once these guys showed up, new themes for everybody.
Yeah.
You get
I know, right?
New theme. So Tyler Breeze's new theme. I gotta say it. HBK much? When I heard him over this theme, I'm going, oh God. Shawn Michaels is going, dude, let me show you how it's done. Where's the barber window? To the barber shop. That's what I thought.
And then he hits a super kick in the match.
Yeah. So, this match was legit, guys. I mean, is everyone's point thinking about Sami Zayn being in the main roster? Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is this, guys. Everybody can't get on the main roster because then you're going to start shifting NXT guys to WWE guys, and go ahead, kid.
I have to agree actually, because WWE right now is still kind of overpacked. They have to kind of feed those people out. I think WWE's kind of waiting for the Cenas and Ortons and Batistas to finally hang it up, before they put all those NXT guys up there. They stop getting in the way of all this talent. Because I think Triple H really wants NXT to be like what WWE looks like 5 years from now.
I like that comment. I like that. That's legit.
So,
right there.
I mean, it'll take a while. It'll be painful, but it'll be worth it. WWE seems like it'll be set for its future the next decade. Oh gosh.
And by the way, if you look at some of the people that are being rumored to sign with WWE, I don't want to say anything official yet, but man, if
I have a suggestion though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why not just put out all the comedic BS in the show and have a real wrestling show?
Well, what do you like? What like?
Like the whole the comic relief,
You talking on Raw or
on Raw?
Smack? Yeah.
All the comic reliefs. That way you could bring in some more real wrestlers up there. If you cut out.
All right. That's a good point. Here's what I'm going to say, what I think it could be, and if you guys want to chime in, feel free to. We'll take a brief moment here to address that. Everybody can't be the badass.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have to break up the monotony in wrestling. If everybody was, it's almost like Stan the Man Styles said it perfectly. Everybody can't be a UFC MMA fighter style guy. Everybody can't be the badass.
That would actually work in my case.
You gotta have the cookie guys. Oh God. Damn it, kid.
Because they can't do choreography, and all they do is fight in cage matches.
We'll play that link in the group later on. But yes, you got to understand in these, you got to have different viewpoints. Now, I agree. I think sometimes they go overboard on Raw because you take away certain degrees in the matches. But altogether in wrestling, you always have to have a few comic reliefs or a few out there characters. But I love the points you guys come up with. So, does anyone else want to take a shot at that?
Mm, I think we're good.
Not everybody at once now.
I mean, well, I do have one. I mean, it's almost getting to the point where
Go ahead.
you know.
No, I didn't hear you. Could you say that again?
I said it's going to get to the point where you see El Torito and Hornswoggle in a steel cage or something like that. A little steel cage.
Nah, that would be a kettle from hell match.
Like a big
No, don't mention that match. No Russo tonight.
like a big shopping cart or something.
No Russo.
The funny part, Russo's not even
They
working
do
yet.
have to have a variety of acts to cater to different groups of people. They don't just want to cater to the smart wrestling fans. They don't just want to cater to men between 18 and 30. They don't just want to cater to 6-year-olds. They don't just want to cater to women. They want to get as wide of an audience as possible. They're not going to do that if they have one type of performer.
Exactly. That's kind of what we were saying, and I'm glad you said that too, Alicia. So let's talk, because this is another on the topic of women wrestlers versus divas. The NXT, and the way I see it on the screen, NXT Women's Champion, so appropriate, by the way.
Yes.
You had Charlotte Flair, aka New Theme, and I loved it, by the way, because it played homage to her father,
Right.
which that's how you do it. You still are yourself, but you have a homage to the generation. We'll talk about what I'm talking about with that if y'all smell what I'm cooking. But yeah, this was Natalya, Charlotte, obviously have great chemistry. Kim, I know you're excited about this match. I want to know what you thought of it, and obviously I'm going to get it around the round table. So let's go ahead and start with Chemical.
Can you leave me for last?
Yeah, sure. I can do that for you. Go ahead there, kid.
This may be the best women's match we have all year in WWE. Period. Just like the best, like it was workhorse mania. I mean, geez, it's a miracle we had a women's match go past 10 minutes, let alone to almost 20 minutes of non-stop women's wrestling. This brings us back to like the Mania era, the early days when women had to like know how to wrestle and do all sorts of varied moves. They were working it to the bone, and the best part was that I think the match was so good. By the way, I'm so glad they didn't go the route of Bret Hart and Ric Flair fighting on the outside and getting involved, because that would have just been like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, old man disease.
this is not TNA, okay?
It would have been funny. It would have been funny.
Well, we don't know if Rick was sober. That was the scary part.
But I
I
noticed
didn't know.
that it's funny that the women's match relied the most on ground and pound technical wrestling more than any other match of that night. The most. It's quite strange, because like they weren't doing like as much like big huge flippy spots. They were just ground and pound technical wrestling. It's almost like that they were wrestling to represent their uncle and their dad standing out ringside, because that's how Flair and Bret would have wrestled back in the day. That's how they would have done it back in the day, showing off their technical prowess, their skills. And you know what? The best part that capped it all off was when Charlotte won. I think the match was so good that you just had to take it out like sportsmen, hug it out.
Yeah,
They just
sportsmanship. Yeah.
put on. Like it was just so good of a match. It was like, okay, I have to respect you for putting me over like this. Hug me, please. This was a great match. Gosh, and it was so emotional that two families met each other, and it was really heartwarming. And at that moment during the show, I'm reminded, oh my goodness, WWE gets it. They know how to actually make wrestling like this is what wrestling was when it started back in the early Carnival days and got to like the Bruno Sammartino days. This is what wrestling is. A sport.
Yep.
A scripted sport, but still a sport.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I like that, man. That's deep. I appreciate your take, kid. Go ahead there, Lion Claw.
And this is what I have been talking about. You've heard me talking about this before. Actual, real women wrestlers doing their thing. This is what the WWE needs to go back to that. You know, like the days of Lita and Trish Stratus. I mean, you have the two kind of like the top two families in company, you know, going at it. And they brought it for real. For it to be in the women's division, that's made it even that much more special about it. And they brought it. I mean, that was an epic matchup, and we need to see more of that.
Well said, Lonclaw. All right, Alicia, I wanted to hear your take. What do you think on this match?
What's impressed me about NXT from the get-go is the fact that they're willing to give women the time and the spotlight to actually do what they need to do rather than just calling it a bathroom break match or whatever the people on the IWC call typical Divas matches.
Popcorn
And
match.
as far as the ending of the match where they hugged, I actually don't think that was just a moment of the two families coming together. I actually think they're working on a slow burn face turn for Charlotte, and that she's going to turn on Sasha and feud for the title.
All right. That's cool. Go ahead there, Mr. Brickwall.
Alright, I thought it was a really very good match for a Divas match. I thought that them two had really good chemistry in the match. Tell a great story. I think they're going to continue to feud after this, not just one time deal. I think they're going to have one more match. I thought it was an epic match.
All right, cool. All right, Kim, you asked to be last. I want to go ahead and hear your take.
Okay. Watching these women in the ring was like watching a work of art being sculpted out of marble. It was beautiful. Like, seriously, like the most beautiful thing ever. Everything was chiseled and executed with timeless precision. And I can't believe that I got to watch it. That match was an absolute privilege to watch. Like, seriously. An absolute joy. The match reminded me actually of Trish Stratus and Lita match that I watched a few weeks ago. Actually, just the best thing I've seen between two women wrestlers. The holds they exchanged, just the switch offs, the tension between the two of them was exciting to watch. You just never knew who was going to win in the match. You just never knew, and I think that's the beauty of it, because the best matches typically are the ones where you don't know who's going to win, and if you know who's going to win, then they're not doing their job. The mystery is what takes matches from a 4 to a 10. Finally, I think that the exchanges between the families at the end was absolutely emotionally charged, and I actually shed a tear watching it because, I mean, like, Natalia's been actually busting her little ass in NXT to help bring talent up. I think that moment she was proud of Charlotte, and it showed. I myself am proud of these ladies, like, pretty hardcore. I mean, like, the two of them did something in the ring that just isn't really done it anymore between women. It's just, the matches are typically floppy, or they're just not well done, or whatever. I mean, but, you know, at the end of the day, there was a winner, but I think both women won with how perfect the match was.
They put some men to shame.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I mean, I seen. That would have to be my match of the night. If I had to pick one, that would have to be mine.
It's hard.
Yeah,
There was
it's
three.
hard, really.
There was three that stood out, and it was like,
Yeah, oh yeah, and we're in the middle of talking about those three. Let's go ahead and say it. If this is the future that we're going to see in the next years to come, sign me up. Then the women's wrestling is alive and well. If you're telling me Total Divas is the future, flush it down the toilet. Hold on. because when I'm talking about that, the AJ Lee, and I felt that was a disservice to AJ Lee because look what she was working with. WWE has now put themselves in a spot now. Remember how I said with Paige, showing her off on NXT, showing how she can wrestle. They couldn't pull off this. Well, she can't wrestle a 10-minute match when obviously we saw her do it for 20 minutes against Emma. Same thing goes now with Natalya. With the work she did with Charlotte, that will get them instant credibility. Charlotte, I know a lot of people have some issues with the whole Flair name. Would she still be a wrestler if it wasn't for that? But I got to go here. The athleticism she has, the way she works the ring, damn near. I mean, I'm very impressed, and I like seeing the passion out of her. That what moved me as a wrestling fan, as someone that watched Ric Flair and Bret Hart wrestle over the years. I was just amazed. Ric Flair helped made Bret Hart in that title match when he dropped the belt to him. That's something you don't forget. And Natalya, even though she wasn't the defending champion, giving a match to give credence to Charlotte was beautiful. And they both have great respect for each other. Alicia, I'm kind of with you. I think this is a face show. But my thing is this. Ric Flair was known as the dirtiest player in the game. Let Charlotte roll with it because she's the dirty. If she wants to be the dirtiest woman out there, fine. Dirtiest diva, fine. But here's what I'm going to say. What she did not show me she was a diva. She showed me she was a woman wrestler. So I think, that's your difference. When you saw the Ava Marie and Summer Rae match or with the Bellas, you see the lack of discipline. But when you see a match like this, you go, that's what, when you see this match, you go, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That will get me back in.
I feel bad for Summer Rae.
Oh, I do too, because I think Summer Rae's the next Michelle McCool.
She's really good.
Okay, and I'll just.
I don't think. Okay, Summer Rae is good, but I don't think she's that good.
Well, no, but she makes it above the line of acceptability.
Oh,
Well,
where is Caitlyn, by the way?
retired.
Retired.
Yeah, she wanted to make a family, and there's nothing against it. It's just she wanted to have family. I think she wanted to also try a role in acting. Also,
Wait, who retired?
Caitlyn.
She didn't really announce it.
Yes, she did.
Well, but
She did?
yeah, she did. Yeah, against AJ Lee was the last match.
Everything heard she might want to come back.
Well, I mean that would be good.
Yeah, I mean, she had, I wish they would get more into that, the women wrestling part instead of the divas and barely, shake a stick to half of them,
Yeah, and like I said, go ahead.
Because of the booking.
Yeah,
because
see,
they use it for months. That was WWE's fault.
Oh, I agree. That was definitely for sure there. Well, guys, like I said, there's so much to talk about in that transition of diva, women's. I think we all agree they need to go ahead and just get it and say women's championship, not freaking divas anymore. On
Either
WWE, we've talked about that.
I hate to cut you off. What about the anti-title?
I wouldn't do but I would do anti-diva, though. Or at least, have not the, I don't want to say fraction because then that becomes too hokey. But just,
I would just have Paige throw the Divas title in the trash and pull out the women's title.
Oh my god, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Bring back the women's title.
I am not a diva.
I'm a woman.
I am a woman wrestler and bring out a new belt.
Alicia, what do you think about that?
I think that would be amazing. The reason why the NXT divas stand out over the WWE main roster divas is because most of the NXT divas have an actual wrestling or athletic background as opposed to just being models.
I love my crew. Y'all are I'm not trying to be the hater of the group, but it's like when you see it, you gotta call it out.
That is true. They picked up my model.
Or
And
famous for right in Australia.
Okay, hold on, give me a sec, guys. Alright. Alright, I'm back. Alright,
oh,
then we get to my favorite person in the world, Lana! Guys, she gets Putin over and Rusev over, and then we get Mr. NXT himself, Mojo Riley. Do you guys have a comment? And if you would like to pass, you can. Go ahead, Chemical.
I like to pass.
Alright, that's cool. Kid?
What can I say? Rusev beat up Mojo Riley. What else can I say?
Equal opportunist. DV, pass or take?
typical Rusev smash down, beat down, squash down, mollywopping, whatever you want to call it. Typical.
Okay. Oh, God. Alright, Alicia, go ahead.
I got nothing.
Oh, that's cool, that's cool. Like I said, it's a take or pass segment on this one. Take or pass there, Mr. Callis.
I have a take. He's like Tammy. He's like, this is what's gonna happen to you when you come to the main roster, get buried. And then just Lana's like, this is amazing. We're amazing. That's all I gotta say. Her legs were amazing in that promo.
Hey, man, those legs speak volumes.
I actually got one quick thing to say. Damn,
What
Lana's
now?
looking good tonight.
Wait. I have one.
Yeah,
thing to
but-
say.
Guys, forgot about
Lana
Lana.
is hot because she can cut promos.
Yeah, but
Lana. What's
Oh,
up with that?
God, I knew he would say it, too. That's our Kid Ice, ladies and gentlemen.
You need character development.
Stop. Alright, we're going to talk about the main event time, guys.
Alright.
And, man, what a main event. You know what? Ready, set, go. Adrian Neville, Tyson Kidd, go Chemical.
I was actually quite disappointed with this match because I really wanted Tyson Kidd to win. I think that I don't think that he's had his walk in the park, and I think that it's unfair that he didn't get to have that. I mean, I did know that Adrian was going to win. I knew that. I just had this feeling that he's going to win. So like, I was to the point where I was disheveled and completely heartbroken at it because I was expecting Adrian to win, but yeah. Some of the moves that the two of them were doing were just like, what the heck? Are we watching wrestling or are we watching gymnastics? Like, it was so fun to watch some of those moves. Like, some of those, like off the rope moves, like, I was just like, holy shit. I was like, okay, I'm not watching wrestling anymore. I'm watching gymnastics or acrobatics or something like this because this is not wrestling anymore. That thing where they exchanged submission moves was actually pretty tense to watch, but yeah, great match. Just really wish that Tyson Kidd had won.
All right. Go ahead there, Kid.
This match brought me back to some of those. It felt kind of Ring of Honor-ish, old school Ring of Honor-ish. I like how because I noticed that it really hit me when they stopped to shake hands. And what a great thing that when WWE puts together, NXT puts together a feud, not even just a feud, just a match. The number one contender happened to be face, the champion happened to be face. No BS, just it's competition. And these guys are both great workers. I was okay with Tyson Kidd main eventing because I wish better for him, but Adrian Neville is also just a freaking athlete. And it was like, And both in kayfabe, just get to cheer for faces, and both in like my smart code, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know who will win this match. And either way, it's like you get a great athlete who wins the match. And it was like, this is wrestling. It's like this whole night just started like accumulating to me, where it was like, this is wrestling. They were trading technical holds and all this great stuff, and trading high flying moves, and without being too Russo spot festy, it was like, wow, they took wrestling to the next level, and you know, I wasn't really sure about AJ Neville's title reign ending so soon, because generally NXT title reigns are short, are pretty, not short, they're pretty lengthy. They keep the length of the title reign to be like, if you beat the NXT champion, you really deserve it. And they fought for it, and I don't, and you know, I kind of like how, I kind of didn't like and liked how Tyson Kidd at the end didn't shake hands, and the crowd chanted "crybaby" because he was crying that he didn't win the title. What a crybaby! You know what? You're a terrible sportsman, Tyson Kidd. You didn't shake hands. You put on a great match, and you know what? You're terrible. You're a crybaby. You know, you don't deserve any title at all. Freaking crybaby. Your wife's a better sportsman than you. Crybaby, crybaby, crybaby. Go home and cry to the heart. You know what? You should be crying back to Brett. He got screwed more than you did. Ah!
Oh God!
Crybaby, go home.
Alright.
I love you, Tyson.
Oh God! Ladies and gentlemen, that's Kid Dallas. Kid leave. Kid leave. Go ahead, Line Claw.
This was a great match for real. Neville, I mean, he has a strong skill set, very athletic. The two work well together. I mean, great chemistry in the ring. And for Tyson Kidd to just go straight up crybaby on that after he lost, I mean, and then to carry it over, which I'm sure we'll get into after.
Oh yeah,
but I mean,
yeah.
but I mean, it was a really great match, and you know, like see
Yeah,
more.
I got a take on that too. Yeah, so we'll definitely talk on that. But
Yeah.
go ahead. You good? You good there, Line Claw?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. I didn't want to cut you off there. All right, Alicia, go ahead, give us your take on the main event.
It was awesome. Every spot kept us on the edge of our seats. We're sitting there, not knowing who's going to win, not knowing what the outcome's going to be. It was amazing. I could watch Adrian Neville do the red arrow 100 times in a row and not be bored.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That was damn impressive. Go ahead, Luke.
Alright. I thought this was a very epic match. Great spots they had in the match. I had no problem with this match. I thought it was good. And then we saw fucking Tyson Kidd turn heel. Looks like.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Sort of looks like it's gonna. I had a feeling it was gonna happen. I don't know why. I had this feeling he was gonna turn heel if he lost. And yeah, it's pretty good match.
Yeah. All right. All right. Here's my view on this, and you know, I get it. People are upset about this whole crybaby thing where Tyson Kidd just got all upset. All right. Here's when C Double just calls it like it is. Really, guys? You're gonna be mad about that?
I'm not
Trust
mad.
me. If it was me, I would have done the same thing. I would have stunned his ass personally and left him laying and taken himself still. No, hell no. You shook hands in the beginning of the match.
Hold on.
You shook hands in the first part of the match. If it was me, I would have ended up calling out
Wait,
Code of honor!
Paul Heyman and said, I'm...
Code of honor.
This is
New Heyman guy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is the reality here, kid. Sorry. Gotta break your heart there. I got some bad news for you. Alright, so, but yeah, my take on this
But the
match
reality is
was
that it's just two people in a sport, and then after the sport, you shake hands.
Kid
How
leave.
many guys in ROH don't observe the code of honor sportsmanly?
Oh,
What?
got slow!
Bullet Club, they
It's true.
Bullet Club. They walk away when
At
they're
the end of the
They'll
day,
at least slap their hand or they'll use it as
Walk
a
away.
taunt.
They just
not
walk
this,
away.
not this new ROH where they don't shake hands.
Bullet Club, they don't take shit from nobody.
So much for the night off, C-Double.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the man in black has showed up. Ladies and gentlemen, this man doesn't need an introduction, but by law, I must give him one. Why? Because he is the whole effing show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, from Hasselburg, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the one, the only, Mr. C.M. Motherfucker. What's up, my brother from another mother?
Yeah, I just saw some of the highlights on WWE's YouTube channel, and from what I saw, it was a very decent NXT event. I did see that post-show where the panel with Renee Young and Paul Heyman, and Tyson Kidd is a sore loser. Like you guys said, Code of Honor was in effect here. But at the end, how mad were you really? How mad do you really feel? And you walk off, and leave your wife behind on top of that. I'm sure that's going to go well in Total Divas.
Oh, come on, Michael Cole.
That's gonna be free.
You know, I gotta say, you know, CM, I got nothing but love for you, my brother. You like a brother from another mother. But I gotta go here, man. I'm gonna side with Tyson Kidd, man. I like the fact he was ticked off. He showed emotion. Think about it, guys. This is somebody that Daniel Bryan, CM Punk have all said is a legit workhorse and never has gotten his due.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he finally gets a shot at the belt. And let's be honest, it's not like Kid Ice, or it's not like, you know, he's not like Bo Dallas where he's going to get rematch after rematch. You know, so he had to take that opportunity. And, you know, yeah, he lost. And I got to go here. Adrian Neville, what a match. I mean, the guy went move to move. And, Pam, I am not going to try to say you're wrong in this when you said it got too gymnastic-y. I liked it because you got to see the different viewpoints. You know how you enjoy a submission-style wrestler. You enjoy a ground and pound. You enjoy pure you know, brutality in Kevin Steen. This is what we like. You know, you got a high flyer. Dang it, you want to see him fly. And these guys did.
Yeah.
And, you know, to me, this match lived up to the hype. And here's what I'm going to say. I didn't know what to get out of this match. Because I was thinking, are they really going to let Tyson Kidd win this? That would be great. But now, I got to go here, guys. The post-show. Wow. First of all, someone needs to get a medal for our boy Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman marriage counseling on the WWE Network needs to start happening.
No!
He is the best marriage counselor in the world. Did you guys see it?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, kid. Give me a sec. I'm gonna go to you, brother. Alright. If you hadn't seen it, Paul Heyman and Renee Young are doing post-show interviews. Kid Ice comes out. Or not Kid Ice, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Kid Ice here. Tyson Kidd comes out, all dejected, not happy, gets introduced as Natalia's husband. Tyson Kidd. Not Tyson Kidd. So, then he sits down, and Renee's trying to ask him, but trying to be sensitive. And what happens? Paul Heyman takes the mic, and it's say something stupid Paul moment. He looks over at Tyson, says, a win's a win, a loss is a loss. How do you feel from blowing your chance at winning the NXT Championship? And Tyson got mad, all but hurt, and walked off. And what happens? Natalia comes in and tries to explain, well, he wrestled a hard match, and Paul Heyman's face was priceless because he said the greatest line I ever heard. So what's up? When the man marries a heart, does he get neutered before or after the wedding?
Oh, cool.
And of course he throws in my client conquered the streak also.
Yes.
But
Yes,
You know,
I'm on top of that. When I heard that, I could not help but say to myself, did he just say what I thought he just said? I was like,
yeah.
I'm going to get some of them self-made fortune cookies where crack it open, and it's going to say, my client has conquered the street. And then I'll be like, so not only am I going to get reminded on the show and on the internet, I'm also going to get reminded during the food products. It's going to be a plug.
Oh,
I'm
my
not
God.
going to be able to play the Wheel of Fortune ever again because I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to see my client, Brock Lesnar, has conquered the streak with the topic, Paul Heyman.
Oh, God. I'm all for it then. All right. I got to get takes on this. So, Chemical, I'm going to get you first here.
Her client conquered the streak.
Chemical, you there?
I think she's conquering the streak in her panties right now.
Golly, CM, come on, show some love, man. Oh, Jesus. All right, Kid Ice, go ahead and give me what you thought of the show and what you thought of that the post show. What did you think, man? Give me your thoughts on NXT Takeover.
You mean just this is my whole thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and just do that, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, I gotta say, NXT Takeover was just a fantastic show. Just overall fantastic. Like there wasn't a dull moment. Like even though we got some crazy gimmicks, it's like when it came down to it, the wrestling, everything was just great. And it's like it shows that WWE has a decent future if they keep it this way, with moving all these guys up to the main roster years with the years to come. And it's only a shame that they only get 1 hour a week anyways. But hey, it's what it is. But this show was just wow. I'm just stunned. It was 100% great. And as for the post show, it was amazing. It was just quite amazing. Paul Heyman was hilarious, and I noticed that he was just he said, "Hey Natalia, Charlotte has her back turned. Charlotte has her back turned.
Yes!
Hit her. Well, you know what? You said that Paul Heyman should do marriage counseling, right? Well, I bet if he did marriage counseling, I bet if the wife in the room turned her back, he was like, "Now go ahead, cheat on her. Cheat on her right now. Cheat on her. Back is turned. Cheat on her right now. Back is turned. Hurry! Hurry! You're gonna owe some alimony. Hurry!"
Go ahead, Lion Claw. Get your trip.
I gotta say, this was probably one of the best shows I have seen in a while. I mean, the wrestling was epic. The post show for Triple H, you could tell he's actually proud of that. For him to actually say, "Hey, I felt like I just gave birth." I mean, that is true. He's really proud of that, and that does tell you where the future of wrestling is to be. We should have no dull moments. I mean, wrestling's gonna be all fine and good.
All right, Alicia, go ahead and give me your points. What you thought of the show?
It was better than most of the main roster pay-per-views we've had in the past 12 months.
Wow. All right. That all you're gonna give me?
All I'm gonna give you.
That's all we need.
That's cool. No, that's good. No. I just wanted to ask. All right, Austin, did you get to see? And if you did, do you have a take on the show?
I actually didn't, but I heard the ending with Paul Heyman and everybody going off on the talents, talking about like To be a Hart or a Flair, do you have to be neutered before or after? I found that classic.
Yeah, Chemical, are you back?
Chemical.
Rest in peace.
All right, Chemical. When you can, I'd love to get you back and then try to get your takes. But CM, what was your view on? I know you didn't get. You said you didn't get to watch the show, brother. But if you can, give me your. What do you think NXT? What they're doing right now? After we've every time so far they've done a show, we've talked about how certain matches leave a mark, and how certain matches of the night. What are your view? Because we all know that Triple H is in charge of NXT. What do you think about it?
Well, with him being in charge, he's showing that he cares about professional wrestling. Now, with NXT, he's really trying to separate, the difference between fiction and reality. Throwing the whole wrestling era down there, less storylines, so that means less talk, more walk. That right there is a big must. But on top of that, you still need to have that character development. And of course, when you have these guys coming in from the indies like, El Generico, and now we got Kevin Steen, Prince Devitt on board. Hell, we even got Kenta Kobashi getting ready to come over here, so he's already working at a performance center. These guys are going to help these fresh new talent, elevate their careers. Those who are the diehard wrestler, that right there is the 1 point focus for this exact brand. And on top of that, it's also going to get them ready and prepared for their future to come, where they can debut on SmackDown or Raw. It's just for them to build up a little bit of confidence, because they're going to be going against a crowd of 250 plus compared to a crowd of 5 to about 30,000 fans in one venue. That seems to be the point at hand here for NXT. It's to get these guys prepared for their future. And like I said, I'm very proud of Triple H for actually taking this time out from his daily schedule to focus on this exact brand, because let's face it, when NXT first started, was it really that great? It was entertaining because we had guys like Daniel Bryan and Low Key on there, but they were doing those stupid little obstacles, and they had to
Not
do
the reality show
contest, and it ruined the show almost. And to rebrand it from Florida Championship Wrestling, bringing back the NXT name, I'm just really nostalgic and very happy. It's really hard to put it into terms because of the way they have, rebuilt this show. Without that, this show would pretty much be nothing now. But if you want my honest opinion with NXT, I would like to see it on cable, and not just the WWE Network. I think if you put it back on TV and you do exactly what you're doing now, people will watch it. And if you put it on a Thursday night time slot like you are right now, I can guarantee the show would not.
We all know this will be open.
So there's my.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna bring that.
It already is hurting today.
It's gonna be
All right. Well, look. I want to. Oh, Cam, you back?
I had to go AFK real quick.
Okay. Welcome back. Give us your take on NXT, hon.
NXT is basically the cream of the crop when it comes to wrestling programs. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think that it's actually getting dangerously close to being a better product than Raw and SmackDown. I mean, it's so much more polished. It's so much more energetic. It's a lot more action-packed, and I mean, it's like watching an action movie versus watching, soap opera. That's basically what it is. So I think that I would actually like to see this on mainstream TV, because let's face it, it would kick the shit out of TNA. Just saying.
It already is. It's on stream.
It already did kick the shit out of TNA.
It already is.
By the way, did anyone watch the first 5 minutes of TNA tonight? I didn't.
No!
Wait, what's? I never heard TNA. Sorry.
I can't even handle 1 second of Mike Tenay's voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Open Wrestling Talk, where we talk wrestling.
I'm sorry.
We do
I
not
can't deal
talk
with,
copy and
wannabe.
paste crap.
I'm sorry, I can't deal with
my
wannabe evolution over there. Sorry.
Yeah, we do not talk about the backyard wrestling that is TNA. With that said, anyways, hold on, I gotta give CM that look. Anyways,
And I wish my camera would work for this, but I'm having
hey, bigger and better. But anyway, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm C Double, and real quick, I want to go ahead and plug these shows coming up. We got Alicia. Go ahead and plug that wrestling event in Porterdale again this Saturday.
Platinum Championship Wrestling, Saturday, June 7th, 6 p.m., Porterdale, Georgia. Tickets,
Awesome.
$10 for adults, and kids 8 and under get in free.
All right, guys. Definitely check that out if you guys are in the Porterdale area and you want to check it out. Please do. With that being said, okay. Kid, go ahead and plug that.
Well, as someone who lives in New Jersey, I had to promote this. I live near the Philadelphia area, so if you want to go see some ECW style action mixed with Ring of Honor, you can go see House of Hardcore this next Saturday. Not this coming Saturday, but afterwards, June 7th. 2014 in Philadelphia, PA, and you'll get to see like great dream matchups like Kevin Steen versus AJ Styles. You'll get to see Adam Pearce versus Chris Hero, and you'll get to see other people like Team 3D, Christopher Daniels, and Frankie Kazarian. You'll see Tommy Dreamer, Abyss, T.D. Williams, and many more. So if you want to see some House of Hardcore, which is a mix of ECW and Ring of Honor style quality, then go buy some tickets.
And, oh yeah, I'll plug as well because there is a show this weekend up here in the northeast region of Pennsylvania, location Hazelton. We have ECPW, East Coast Pro Wrestling. What's tomorrow? Might as well call it tomorrow because it's Friday. Saturday night, 7:30 bell time. At the Strand Skating Rink right here in the rinky-dink town. Tickets, I believe the tickets are like $12 at the door. I don't know what the card is, but I am working with the promoter right now to plug his stuff. I'm going to start sharing it later tonight. I might even get some tickets to go in there as well to be a part of the action. And for those who don't know, I have been offered a spot to be a manager for this company. So, with that being said, I will be walking around with the Japanese flag, yes.
And then he'll come back as Sergeant Slaughter going, he wants his country back.
And then I'll be like, hey, I'm on Mr. Fuji's crack.
No, not more storylines.
Alright, Mr. Luke Gallows, a.k.a. Brickwall. Anything you'd like to plug, my friend?
The thing I gotta plug is the podcast that you can subscribe to me on PWF and War, and you can follow me on Twitter at Brickwall6.
Alright. Austin, you'd like to plug anything there, my friend? Alright, apparently Cody just got an RKO again by Randy Orton. Line Claw, go ahead and plug the RRC.
You can hit me up on the RC FNet network at WWE Universe. It's one of the channels. Wrestling, sports entertainment, me, CM, Chemical, Kid Ice, we're all there. So check us out. We'll be working out on some of these wrestling,
Alright. And Cam, would you like to plug anything there, Chemical?
Don't really have anything to plug, so.
Alright. Alright, well, I want to thank everybody. Alicia, I appreciate you hanging with us and being a part of the show. It was great to have you on for your first night of NXT Takeover. June 5th, guys, I want to remind everybody that we're going to have Nalia Rose, indie superstar. We're going to have her on the show for an in-depth interview. Love for questions and answers from you guys to, so we can forward to her. And on June 12th, we're also going to do an open show where we can have some of the indie talent from Southern Fried Wrestling to promote their 1-year anniversary shindig, where where if you're in the Monroe area, you may want to go down there because you'll get to meet El Mongo, you'll get to meet Ole Anderson, formerly of the Four Horsemen, NWA Tag Team Champions. He'll be there. David Finley, and also son of Fit Finley, and then Bullet Club's own Luke Gallows is going to be there, and in the main event, mind you. Chase Owens is going to be defending the NWA Light Heavyweight Championship. Their Southern Fried Wrestling is also going to have their debut of the Cruiserweight Championship, so there will be a Cruiserweight Champion crown at Southern Fried Wrestling. So a lot more. I'll be plugging more on there. Follow us at the group, Open Wrestling Talk. Alicia puts out some great blogs out there on the wrestlings that are around the area. I know Brickwall, he's been posting a lot of great matches with some of these indie talents. Kid, go ahead there, buddy.
What?
Oh, I saw you raise your hand. I thought you were trying to get that thing.
No.
Damn you, Kid Ice! I was trying to give him a walk-off.
Sorry.
Damn it, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to follow us, follow me. I'm at WrestleTalk, 2_ between the Wrestle and the Talk, at C Georgia Rican. Yes, there is such a thing, and you're looking at it. And, of course, if you want to follow my boy CM Styles Brand on Twitter and at Destroy Kayfabe, definitely hook him up. Mystery Bro, that is Austin. Kid, you got a long one, and I'm trying to remember.
Ice
At
the Retro
Brickwall.
Kid.
At Ice the Retro Kid.
Yes, Ice the Retro Kid.
Yes.
And Alicia, I appreciate you again. Chemical, I appreciate you. Hey, I think we had close to 9 to 10 people in this room. So I must be doing something right. I'm not bigger and better, but I'm getting there. So with that being said, C-Double in the house. Open Wrestling Talk, NXT Takeover, Indie Shine Night coming back June 5th. Now you Rose, we're going to be hooking you up, girlfriend. I'm C-Double. I'm out!